good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Good, how are you? Right now, we are already live on the conference. Could you please, you can say hi to our guests for this morning?
Okay. Okay.
All right, so you can see a lot of guests here.
Yes. So, very good morning to all of you. It's a pleasure for me to be speaking to you. I wish that I could have been there in person, but I cannot be. So, this is the way I am connecting with you.
Oh.
I thank Dr. Linda Kenma and Dr. Pritun Maksuk for this opportunity.
All right. So for today, our topic is about innovative policies in India, right? And also, like, how does your university respond to this policy? Could you please, like, share your experiences and your suggestions on this kind of topic? So you can start now. Thank you, sir.
Okay. So basically, innovation is a new thing that has come up in the last few years. Earlier, if you know, most of the countries always had science and technology policies to drive science and technology, and also they had industrial policy.
All right. So, and how could you adopt it to use in your university, and how could you like explain to your members, like staff members?
Okay, so before that, let me. I thought you are going to translate. That's why I took a small break.
Okay.
Okay. So again, going back to first the innovation policy, let me explain to you what, in my opinion, innovation is and innovation policy should be about, and what are the India related specifics that have been there. So, innovation, as you know, is something to create a new value, which has to create something new which has an economic or a social value. That is what is innovation. So, innovation and invention are basically two different things, and we cannot compare those things as one and the same. That's part one. Part two is that we have to look at innovation from a very holistic point of view. Today, innovation is mostly considered as a technology driven innovation, but technology driven innovation is not enough. It has to be product innovation, it could be service innovation, it could be brand innovation. There are a lot of types of innovation. There are basically 10 types of innovation that are there, and that's how innovation goes. Thirdly, earlier, as I said, countries used to have the science and technology policies as well as the industrial policies. Even in India, that's how things happened. That on one hand, through the science and technology policy, we developed the industrial manpower for helping the industry, and on the other hand, through the industry policy, we developed the industries and hope that these two things that are going in parallelly will come together. That did work for a lot of time, but then now is the time that we should look at an integrated innovation policy which could help spur innovation. And there are a lot of things that are happening in India with respect to that. We have a Make in India mission, we are as a government focusing on startups and so on.
Okay. So, I would like to share, like, for Thai size, like, our policies on the innovative. As our government, they focus on the reform and transform to be as a global trend. And right now, I think it's like we are looking for like a future lab or somehow. What about in India? It is, hard to develop this policy to other people?
Can you repeat it again? I didn't
Okay,
understand.
so for Thailand, right? So we are
Mm-hmm.
looking for the reform and transform.
Mm-hmm.
Are you hearing me well?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay. So, and for to be as a global trends, how could
Mm-hmm.
you create or like um, perform the policies?
As I said, we have to look at innovation policy from a system point of view and not just a narrow point of view of R&D or technology innovation.
I
That's
see.
one.
So you
Second is,
didn't mix it up, right? So
pardon?
you didn't mix them up together, right? So as you said, like we have to understand the difference between like two things, the innovative and innovations and the technologies, right?
No, what I meant was we have to look at innovation policy from a systems perspective. That
Okay.
is in a holistic manner. That is one. Two is we can't just limit it to science, technology, engineering, and management. There is a lot of role of humanities, social sciences, which could play a role in generating ideas because innovation is all about ideas and taking those ideas to a logical conclusion in terms of an offering which could be used.
Okay. And how could you like set the mindset for your faculties like members?
Mhm.
So how could you like set, I mean, explain all the things? Do we have to do they have to follow this kind of policies on in your university? Are they?
So, as I was saying, in the innovation policy system, universities play a major role because universities are where the new ideas can generate. These new ideas can play a big role, and that's why it is important to also sow seeds of innovation within the university. As you would know, the Ajinkya T. Patel University, we love to call ourselves as an innovation university. And being an innovation university, there is an excessive focus on innovation. We look at innovation from a point of view where we are able to generate new ideas as a part of the academic processes. And it's not limited only to just the School of Engineering, for example, or School of Design, but it comes out through a different kind of departments that are there within the university.
Okay. So I will ask our guests like do they have any questions or to share with you? Okay.
Sure.
Okay. มีใคร anybody would like to ask Mr. Holiday the questions? Any questions for you? Yes.
Can you see me? Okay, hi, Mr. Videsh. I'm Mr. Gaurav
Yeah.
from Siam Technology College, Bangkok. My
Hi.
question about your research is, what are the current trends of innovation are you focusing mostly?
Okay.
Yeah.
So we are mainly focusing on the areas of IoT and artificial intelligence, especially within the technology domain.
Okay. And how do you do practical applications of this innovation? Because as teachers, we also have to um, tell our students how they can use these things in practical life? I mean, what are the uses? Yes.
Yeah, so basically, as I already described, that the very meaning of innovation is to create something of value, which means that whatever is done is something that works, whatever is done that is something that is a solution to a problem. So typically, we describe it in a very simple way where we say that whatever we are doing is it solving a problem. That's number one, and number two is it meaningful. So the word meaningful is very important because unless it is meaningful, it's not enough that it is novel. It's not enough that it is unique. It should be meaningful, and that is the question we always ask about the projects that happen. The teaching that happens is mostly project-based learning. Students work on a lot of projects, and these projects eventually lead to different kind of solutions that are being brought out.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
All right. So anybody else here would like to ask him? So we can share two sides like Thai and also in India. Actually, I have a questions for myself. So after I would like to ask if in India, like your countries, do they when you have like some create something new, do you have to work on the intellectual property or the copyright?
Yes, it's a very important part and parcel of this entire process that the intellectual property that is created is registered and protected because it helps the researchers keep the development to themselves. At the same time, we also at times use things like Creative Common licenses, which are licensing of the work, but at the same time, it is openly available to the people to use.
Okay, so you means if, even our lecturers or instructor, we have to thinking about like our protect ourselves like the license or on the book or somehow like right.
Yes.
Okay, thank you so much. So anyone else would like to share or to ask him so far? I think okay. So I think we all have the valuable things from you and also like another point of view that we haven't think about it before, such as like the innovative policies and how they different from like Thai policies and Indian. So I think it's enough, right? Okay. So thank you so much, Miss Professor Haridesh, for today. And we are very glad that you are our guest speaking today. And also, like, hope to see you maybe next time in person. And maybe next year you can come and meet us in BSIU. All right. Thank you so much. Have a nice day, sir.
Thank you. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. And thank you to the university for giving me this opportunity.
All right. อาจารย์จะคุยอะไรไหมคะ All right. See you next time. Bye bye.
Bye.